Hi, I'm Emilie.
And I'm Julia.
And this is the Bad Bitch Podcast.
Honestly, you're flipping serving. I won't say, like, there is a particular slice of the internet that says you serve a certain word, as in you're
I know what you're trying to... Yeah, that's too spicy
We're not
for
saying
our
that,
podcast.
No, but you are serving an amazing look today,
Thank you,
love.
darling. Well,
Looking
because
brilliant.
we're in the summer now.
Yes.
And I really change how I dress according to the time of year and how I'm feeling.
Yes.
I felt very summery today.
I love it.
So I kind of come in a full summery ensemble.
Giving me like D&G, Sicily, Italian lemon vibes.
Yes, D&G, old
yes.
D&G vibes.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
Sadly, it's not actually D&G, but I do love that reference.
Yes.
And I also, it's funny, like you go through phases of lengths.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to be so boring for some people, but I'm very into full length at the moment, and I'm really short.
Yes.
So full length shouldn't really suit me.
That wasn't me going, yes, you are very short.
No, I am. I'm 5'1". But for some reason right now, I'm really loving full length everything. So I'm just leaning into it.
You pull it off. And don't you feel like, as well, being like a short, I'm 5'2", when you are shorter, like a 3/4 length, not a 3/4 length, like, but the 7/8 leggings are actually like full length on you.
Oh, everything that's like
and
petite
it's more
is full length on me.
Which is, I love that.
Well, I do, because I spend a lot of money with my local tailor getting everything shortened. He loves me because everything's too long.
Maybe we should get him to be a sponsor at some point.
We should get him to be a sponsor. Let's talk about today's sponsor. We should.
Yes.
Well, I'll just shout out Tenterton Tailors. Thank you so much for sorting out my entire wardrobe. This didn't have to be shortened, but I have to wear it with heels. But he does shorten, and it's not just hems, it's sleeves. Because every jacket's too long on me because I'm just a little diddy person.
All small good thing. Was it all good things come in small packages?
Yes.
You're the perfect small package.
Oh, thank you, darling.
Without sounding weird.
No, I love that. I love you. It's great.
I love you.
It's big loving. Okay.
Talking of love, who do we love?
Our absolute favourite sponsors of all time, Azara Therapies. Sophie and Lisa Dawson run this amazing and beautiful beauty space, and they've opened a second space, and it's just the setting is divine.
It really is.
And so, first of all, we love them for facials. They do this amazing like face scan thing, which is basically, it's horrendous. It shows you how bad your skin is. But then they can come up with a totally custom treatment plan, fix all that aging, sun damage. Lisa's always saying, like, our face and our neck is the most exposed part of our skin.
Yes.
And we put it through so much. So investing and taking care of that. But they also do amazing massage and other beauty treatments. And they're such wonderful people. You're in amazing hands. Not only that, but our Bad Bitch Reset, the first one sold out. So we're going to be back again at Azara Therapies in Benidorm on the 12th of July, doing another in-person reset. So if you feel like you need a bit of a timeout, an afternoon in a very supportive female environment, a bit of a reset, reconnect with yourself in a great environment with some lovely refreshments, and us and Lisa, please sign up and we'll share the link in the show notes.
We've already got 2 spots gone.
Have we already?
Yes, already.
Wow.
2 spots gone. So, yes, be quick because the last one that we did sold out 4 weeks prior.
Wow.
So, yes, we're very excited.
It is very exciting because although obviously this podcast and the Bad Bitch Reset online are online so that you can listen to us from anywhere. And by the way, shout out to the people listening from the United States.
Yes.
That was new information.
Definitely.
Very happy we love the US. I go there a lot. So we're very happy to have fans out there. But actually, when we originally started talking about working together, before we did any of that, we always said the thing we wanted to do was get people together in person.
Yes, for sure.
And so it's been amazing to do this.
Exactly. Because then you really get like that, you just fill up your cup in a different way.
Yes.
When you're in person, like we talked about on the energy and how to protect your energy. And we did say about obviously how important it is that you have that time with the people that fill up your cup.
Yes.
So yes, that is what we aim to do. We want to empower women. We want to lift them up and have your cup full when you're so busy usually filling other people's cups.
Yeah. So, and tell us what you want. I mean, we're going to keep running our reset. We're going to do it in person, online. We're looking at some other things we might do. We might be running Bad Bitch in Business, which is to help female entrepreneurs. But if there's things that you think would help you, please let us know so we can respond to it.
Yes, because we are here for you.
Yes.
We want you. And the key reason, certainly for me, and I know it's the same for you, is I do this is because women are awesome and like you need to realise it. And we just want to champion you. We are your hype queens.
Oh, we are. We're here to uplift, support, encourage, give you that confidence so you can go out and nail life.
Exactly.
So before we get on to today's topic, what is going on in the world of pop culture.
So there's so many things. I'll give you like I know we can get quite into like the lore and of like all the different bits that support the main story that I bring, but I'm going to try and bring like a few little highlights. So Emily in Paris, very popular Netflix TV show, which is delish. If I wasn't doing this, I would definitely want to be living in Paris, doing like luxury comms.
As a half French person, I can tell you it's nothing like Emily in Paris.
I was going to start on a whole thing, but we'll leave it there on that. But yes, I hear this too.
Yes,
but we'll leave it at
carry
that.
on. It's a beautiful bit of
aesthetically
filming.
thing.
Yeah.
Obviously, you've got Patricia Field, who made her name doing the costumes in Sex and the City.
Yes.
So she is doing the costuming she has always done the costumes for Emily in Paris, because it's actually written by Darren Star, who originally did Sex and the City.
Oh, interesting.
So yes, we've had a few seasons. The story of Emilie and Gabrielle continues.
Oh, are they still going out? I've only watched the first season.
The back and the forth, are they, aren't they? Who knows what's happening?
Right.
It continues. But yes, unfortunately, it has been announced that season 6 will be the final season of
Why are you laughing?
I'm laughing because you're just giving me this deadpan face. Like I do not actually. I'm not
a massive fan, but I did enjoy.
Yes.
And everyone kept telling me to watch it, saying that I would love it, and I knew I wouldn't really, and I didn't.
So
I feel bad because so many people love it, and then it gets annoying because then I went there, and there's this whole saga that people don't really need to know about how I had to change my name. Like my name had the French spelling, and I was forced to change it to the English spelling, which really annoyed me on my French passport.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went to France on my French passport with Emily with a Y spelling on it, which is just so annoying because that's not who I am. And the customs guy made a joke about Emily in Paris. And it made me, so bad, I'm not rageful. It made me really angry because I'm like, I'm actually French and this isn't even my name. Like, why are you doing this to me? But Paris is a beautiful place.
Yes.
And the
really
French
is.
do dress really well.
Mm-hmm.
But I think what can be annoying is when things are so caricatured.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously that's also for an American audience.
Exactly that. Exactly. And the costumes are lovely. Yes, I think
Lily Collins is fantastic, by the way. No hate
brilliant.
at all. Love her. Love her.
And all the men are lovely, which makes me segue nicely into my next lovely men adventure. So we've already had, obviously, Miami Vice, very pivotal TV show. We've already had a remake with Colin Farrell and Jamie Foxx, I believe.
Is that a movie?
Yes.
Yes, I did see that.
They made that movie. We're now going again with Austin Butler and my favourite Michael B. Jordan.
Oh my God, all your dreams are coming true.
I know. So we're shooting a new Miami Vice that is coming out.
So when will the film come out?
It's a very good question. I will have to speak to them about where they are. I think they're definitely.
You're going to have to speak to Michael B. Jordan. Just call him up.
Can you imagine?
Hi, Michael. How are you getting on with your movie?
Can you come
I'm
on the
desperate
pod?
to see it.
Yeah.
I love it. We should totally do that. I'll come and see it with you.
That would be really fun.
That would be a fun girls'
I think
night
it will.
out.
I mean, I would imagine late 2027 because it's only kind of like they're only pre-production. I don't know if they're shooting.
Oh, you're
yet.
so excited about this. You're already bringing it to the podcast, and they haven't even filmed it.
Yes, exactly that. They haven't filmed it. But talking of things that people are very excited about and they have filmed is that Amazon have got a TV show called Off Campus.
What's this?
So Off Campus is based on it will resurrect any nostalgia you have like for those kind of higher brow, I would say, like so teen dramas like Dawson's Creek, like
I loved Dawson's Creek.
Maybe I sold it more highbrow. Think of it Off Campus as sitting somewhere between American Pie and Dawson's Creek. We're kind of in the middle.
Sounds fun.
But it's like that wonderful like TV show where it's like low stakes, the guys are hot. Everyone on the internet that's in our age bracket, women of a certain age,
in their 40s,
are losing their minds, like Googling how old these guys are in Off Campus just to check that they
if it's not inappropriate.
Exactly, they are in their late 20s.
I let me tell you a story about that.
Yes,
I don't really like internet dating, app dating, but there was a point in my life where one of my friends said, Angie, shout to Angie, said, you need to go on a date. So she told me to go on Hinge. Yeah. And I went on, and I hadn't done this before. And I went on, and I was like, these men are gorgeous. Oh my God. Like. And I said, Angie's fantastic. And Angie twigged that something must be up. Landy said, "Have you put an age filter on this?"
Oh my
Oh my
god.
god. I was liking people of a very inappropriate age, given my age.
I love this.
And then I changed the filter to my age, and it was the most depressing thing that's ever happened to me in my life. I changed it to even just 10 years either side of my age.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, Andy, this is terrible. I immediately left Hinge. But
Not for me.
She said it was
That's
so funny.
brilliant.
I said that internet dating's amazing.
Yes.
So all these women are watching off campus. And trying to decide if it's appropriate to like the male actors on there.
Which it seems to be, yes. So they are of an age which like.
Do you think sometimes when like these couples, it's very commercial making TV shows. Do you think they think about that? They go, this is going to speak to a female demographic
100%.
of a certain age. Let's make sure that actors are hot but age appropriate. Like, do you think that conversation actually happens?
I definitely think it plays into casting when they when they think about who they're gonna think. Although there was a Christmas film on Netflix, and it wasn't just me who felt this way. It was called Hot Frosty.
Oh my God, sounds terrible.
It was terrible, and it was a lady who she was searching for love. I didn't make it all the way through. For someone who loves pop culture and will literally so I can give an opinion.
Yes,
will watch anything. So she is looking for love, and she sculpts this snowman, and then the idea is he comes to life, and then I don't really know what happens, if I'm honest. But he comes the snowman because I stopped watching it. But it's called Hot Frosty. He's supposed to be like this perfect specimen of a guy, and myself and one of my friends, at least one of my friends, was like, I feel catfish because this guy is just not hot. And they've called him Hot Frosty, and he's supposed to be like the pinnacle. Yes, he had abs. He was very lean. Like
too
body fat.
lean, I think.
Yes, yeah. I would probably go that far. As someone that likes a lean aesthetic, he was too lean. But yeah, he was just not hot. But then I guess we're all different.
It's all taste, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure.
But sometimes you do think, like, who is that appealing to?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was definitely this case. But Off Campus is just a lovely, nice, easy watch. It's like that teen romance. But yes, it's really captured a certain demographic. It's based on a book series. And yes, so if you don't read the books or just watch the TV show, just for a little nice switching off.
Well, we're going to talk about switching off today.
Yes.
And I think there is, obviously, last time we were talking about sleep and not watching things too late. But I think there is something about watching quite a nice, easy to digest, enjoyable
low
TV
stakes,
show.
I call it.
Low stakes, yeah. Is actually a really good way to kind of give the brain something else to do and switch off.
Emilie in Paris, perfect example. Off Campus, perfect example. It's like there might be some hijinks, there might be some.
I love that you just said hijinks, by the way.
I was like, where did that come? Well done, brain. A little pat on the back.
Hijinks, how old are we? We're in the 50s. I love this.
Told you, women of a certain age. One other thing, actually, talking of women of a certain age, if I can. No, it's fine. So Mel C of the Spice Girls has released an album. The internet is losing her mind because she looks so phenomenal, and it's opened up a lot of interesting conversation about not in terms of how all the benefit from obviously early doors. She was known as Sporty Spice.
Yes,
she has maintained that. She has maintained that healthy muscle, that body, she's trained, she's nourished herself, and now in her it's just testimony to how important the nourishment and the training is to sustain you as you get older. But the internet are losing her mind because she looks phenomenal.
But that's what we were talking about last time, about that investment, that things you're doing now are an investment in how you're going to look in 10, 20 years time.
Exactly.
Which and we've both done that as well, in terms of when we were younger, being quite healthy. So definitely agree with that. But out of interest, what's the music like?
I will report back because I will listen to said album and see what she says. Or see what she says. Well, see what she's got to say, I suppose.
Yeah.
Because it's always really interesting when obviously these bands, they split up and then time goes on, and sometimes the singers and the different members can launch a successful solo career. Other times it doesn't pan out that way.
Well, you think after all this time, and she doesn't need the money.
No.
So you've got to hope it's because she's come at it from an artistic
Yes.
perspective that she's got something to express artistically.
Yes.
Because you always get, obviously, immediately after a band breaks, people put out some fluffy records to try and get themselves going. But to take all this time and come back later, and at a different stage in your life, it will be quite interesting to see, like, what is she trying to say artistically at this point?
Because she did do solo records, and I don't think this isn't her first solo album.
No, but they never really hit, did they?
And I feel like because I was just thinking as we're having this conversation, who has launched a successful solo career? Obviously, actually, my brain, thank you again, it's doing very well today. The queen of like solo careers, Beyonce.
Yes.
Obviously started in Destiny's Child.
Nicole Scherzinger.
Yes.
I mean, she didn't have a massive career, but she did separately launch.
She did. Interestingly, the Pussycat Dolls are coming back with a tour.
Are they?
Yes, they are. So
with the OG Pussycat Dolls?
And everyone's like, oh, is it just going to be the Nicole Scherzinger show?
Maybe. I mean,
it probably was.
Don't Cher is still, I think, one of the most like iconic girl band songs.
Yes.
I mean, it's just so good.
Yes, it is really good. Yes, it is brilliant. Harry Styles, also very successful solo career.
Yes.
Like to the point where it's like people will not make that connection.
Yes, that's interesting. He has really managed to do that and carve out a new identity. And that's not easy when you've been in a boy band because you get really pigeonholed.
Exactly that.
Timberlake did it.
He did, yes. Yes, he did. Having a little bit of problems at the moment, I think, with...
Is he?
Like, he got done for DUI.
Oh, wow. Isn't it a bit late for a midlife crisis for Justin Timberlake?
I think he also had, like, Lyme disease.
Oh, did he? Gosh.
Yeah. Honestly,
it must be weird, though, when you have a career and it gives you so much fame and accolades, and at some point you stop having that.
Yes.
And life can become relatively boring. And so people act out or attract drama because they're missing the drama that comes with being a pop star.
That is really interesting because another thing I saw on the internet this week is how Tom Brady, you know, the NFL star, huge NFL star, married to Giselle Bundchen, one of the most beautiful models and one of the most iconic models, especially the early 2000s. He would not give up. He would not quit his career in the NFL. So from my understanding, that was a pivotal point in them deciding to end their marriage.
Yes.
He is now walking for Gucci.
He's now a model.
He is now walking for Gucci, whether he's doing that on the regular or that. But it's it's like,
is he trolling his ex-wife by being on a catwalk?
Doesn't it seem like it?
That's kind of fascinating.
A marriage ended because you wouldn't give up your career, but now you're doing her career. I mean, he's got an amazing jawline.
That's
Can't deny
fascinating.
I know.
But didn't she go off and get married and have another child like recently or something?
Maybe.
So I don't think she's that worried about what Tom Brady's up to.
He's out.
But
they were together a very long time.
Very long time. And I think that, you know, there is that very interesting dynamic when someone has a career and it's a big part of their life. I do think, this is an awful thing to say, but I do think sometimes in relationships, people are waiting for the payoff. They're waiting for it'll be better when.
Yes.
Instead of, you know, we've talked about like the potential. Obviously, her marriage on some way was not fulfilling, but she was waiting for him to retire for it to become fulfilling. And that never transpired.
Fascinating.
It is. Right, shall we talk about today's topic?
Yes, let's talk about switching off.
Switching off. Shall we start with our own experience of learning to switch off? Because I was not good at it when I was younger.
I would still say I'm definitely work in progress still.
I was one of those people that would wake up really early, my brain going at a million miles an hour, and I would be like that all day. I just didn't get a break from the kind of internal noise. And I'm also someone who has a lot of energy, so I would find it very hard to sit still and relax unless I waited until when I was younger, hungover. And then it would be Hollywood's Omnibus on a Sunday kind of thing.
Yes.
But it took me burning out to realise that I had to proactively switch off because otherwise I would run myself into the ground.
I think as well, it might be helpful if we think about as well what we feel like is switching off as well, because there might be people that have that classic, it's like, I'm just going to veg on the sofa and eat a tub of Ben and Jerry's. That if that's not switching off to you, it's like, what does switching off look like? Because it might be that you are genuinely like lit up by what you do, you have purpose, so switching off will look very different from because we're all different, right?
Well, let's give
Yes.
some examples of switching off type activities, and then we can talk
Okay.
about how people can adopt them if they find it difficult.
So like just thinking that some people will switch off by going for a walk. Some people will go into like the gym or do a sport that gets them into that flow state.
Well, a sport's great because if it engages your brain. Like the
Yes.
other day, I did a dance workout, and it was a new one. And why are you
love
looking at me
this.
like that?
I love
love
this.
to dance.
This is brilliant.
So one of the reasons I like this house was I wanted space that I could dance in the house.
Yes.
And so one of the great things about dance workout is you're trying to learn steps while you're
Yes.
doing it. So you can't be thinking about your
No.
day because your brain's like, wait, how did we end up over here and what's that move?
Mhm.
So sport is a great one.
Yes. So yeah, and then and that sport, like we said, can take varying levels of intensity. It can be dancing, which is going to give you amazing brain chemicals. It can be martial arts. It can be rugby if you're that way inclined. It can be at the other end of the spectrum, a lovely yoga session, which is going to get you in the vibe and in the mode for switching off. So yeah, definitely sport and varying ends of the scale, reading, watching our lovely TV shows.
I love cooking.
Cooking is a great
Because
one.
again, it's like a mindful exercise that you're switching off because to me, a big part of switching off is not thinking about the future or the past.
Yeah.
And if you think most of the internal narrative of what we worry about
Yeah.
is the future or the past. So anything that keeps you present.
100%.
But on the point about sport, there's also a difference between switching off mentally and switching
Yes.
off physically.
Yes.
And we do also need physical
Rest.
downtime as well. So some people, they have very stressful jobs and then the way they unwind is go and do a crazy spin class.
Mhm.
But all of that, including the busy day, is very active.
Yeah.
Even the spin class is actually quite active.
Yes.
So actually, if you're one of those people, it's trying to find the opposite and be in real stillness, which is where we can look at different forms of meditation that you do. Kind of like it can be really hard, but you kind of need to really counter that overactive lifestyle.
Putting yourselves like you just triggered my brain about obviously you have the crazy job, you then do the spin class. If that is your jam, then maybe it's like looking at bolting on something like a sauna afterwards.
Yes, a great way to wind it. Like just count your breath in the sauna. Try not to
Do
think
not
when you're in there.
take your freaking phone in or
Do
a
people do
time
that?
clock. Oh my gosh. So when I'm in the sauna sometimes I'll sit there with my legs crossed and I have my eyes closed and you've got all these bros trying to like life hack themselves and they're reading their book and they're drinking their water and I'm like, you're missing the point. And I'm literally like meditating
you
my
just
head and
switch
I'm like,
off.
fuck you. Literally.
Is that your mantra?
Yes.
I love
Fuck
that.
you. But it's very hot when you're
Yes.
in a slight. It's lovely because it's warm, right? Maybe not on a day like today, but if you're in a environment that brings you in, which is calming and it brings you into the present moment, it's very hard for you to kind of like be absorbed by other things. If your attention is there because you're uncomfortable because of the heat, or you're uncomfortable if you're in the cold, it's very hard to be elsewhere in your
Yes.
head and sit in a similar way with sport.
Yeah, but I think to your point about how you even do a sauna, I think sometimes the way to think about switching off is, are you in a passive mode or an active mode?
Like
The
that.
people who are in there who are reading the book and timing themselves and whatever, there's still value. I'm not against it. There's still value in that, Goggin style, but you're doing it in an active way.
Yeah.
So we do need a certain amount of each day that is passive, that's passive
Yes.
mentally. You know, when I'm helping my clients manage their energy, one of the things I'll say is, do you need to be active in every meeting that you're in?
Mm-hmm.
Can you have a meeting where you just sit back and listen? That's quite
Yes.
passive.
Mm-hmm.
That can be a form of switching off and giving
Yes.
yourself a bit of downtime. I'm just going to listen to this meeting because it's boring. I'm not going to be emailing or doing something else on my phone. I'm just going to enjoy that it's a boring moment.
Yes.
Because a lot of switching off is about letting yourself actually be bored.
Exactly. And I feel like there will definitely certain, like maybe in the, like in full disclosure, there have been times in my life when I'm like scared to let myself be bored because I worry about what's going to come up
Oh,
and the
interesting.
thoughts that will come up, because then it's where like sometimes when there is space in your brain, it can allow like those things that we perhaps aren't addressing to flow to the forefront. However, doing the work that I do with clients, it is really important for your brain to have those like bored moments or that space to ponder.
Well,
the
that's where a lot
scenarios.
of people get inspiration. Like they get their inspiration in the
Yes.
shower or out on a walk.
Exactly.
By giving your brain space, some of your
Yes.
best ideas come through. And this
100%.
constant internal chatter, this kind of
Yes.
radio station of commentating on everything or worrying about what's happening tomorrow, worrying about a conversation you had yesterday, you're actually not creating space for true inspiration and new ideas to come to you. So that's a really good reason to switch off.
Exactly that. And similarly, if you're someone that is like, when you're driving, you're listening to a podcast, or if you're running or walking and listening
The
to music,
multitasking, yeah.
if you can, even, I'm not saying again do like all your walks like that, but even if like you have the first 10 minutes or the last 10 minutes where you just don't have any other inputs
Yes.
other than the walk or the driving, it just allows your brain to start to dial up and actually figure out the shit that you need to figure out.
Well, one of the types of meditation, because I think we should talk today about meditation, because that was transformative for me as a way of switching off. I don't meditate like you do in a kind of cross-legged way. I actually
I
meditate.
only do that in the sauna, mainly because it's stuffed full of hack boys.
Oh my goodness.
Biohacking
and
boys.
having really annoying conversations as well.
Oh, they are.
You want it to be quiet in there.
Oh, I made £1 on my trades today.
Look,
all the bros are going to come at me now.
They're not
Anyway.
listening to our podcast. It's a great thing.
Yeah.
So I'll talk about how I meditate, because I actually meditate on the tube, and I did it this week in London.
I love this.
I try and meditate in places it's really hard to
Great.
to make it like extra good. But one of the forms of meditation I really like is 5 senses meditation, which is where whatever you're doing, you pay attention to what you're receiving through your 5 senses. And so I'll sometimes do that when I'm out on a walk with the dog. I do like a podcast or some music, especially if I'm running. But the first 10 minutes, I might do a gratitude meditation or just do a 5 senses meditation.
Love it.
So all you need to do a 5 senses meditation is just really focus on where you are. You could be out walking, you could be having your breakfast, and just pay attention to what do I detect each of my 5 senses. So you just stop and you go, what do I see? So we can look around this room and we can see, I mean, we've had to move the dog bed. We've got some water over there. We've got a few pictures on the wall, but you're just noticing what's going on.
I'm golden because I'm looking at the bad bitch
Oh,
sign.
you're looking at the bad, which is amazing. Yeah. But there's something about when you're noticing what's in front of you, your brain can't be thinking about tomorrow or yesterday.
Yeah.
So the first thing is, what do I see? What do I hear? We hear birdsong in this house, don't we? All day long, which I love. And when I'm out walking, I hear it. But this morning, when I was up my walk, I did this. I heard a helicopter. So then I had a look for it. But these are things you wouldn't necessarily notice. But if you stop and really listen and you think, what can I actually hear in the background? Then there's obviously smell. Yes. And this isn't about just finding nice smells. It's just being interested as to what you're smelling. Then there's touch. So obviously if you might be touching your kind of hot coffee cup, but if you're walking, touch is the sensation in your feet, or even how do your clothes feel against you. And then there's taste, which again, when we're eating and drinking, it's a really nice thing to tap into, but you still have a taste in your mouth even when you're just walking around. Yeah. And so working through those senses of just what do I sense in this moment? And if you're finding you're somewhere and you're getting distracted, or having intrusive thoughts, or you're over worrying about something, one of the things I go back to is, what can I see? And I do it on the tube. I'm like, oh, there's that sign. Oh, there's that person. Try not to stare at someone. Oh, that's like, there's a mark on that door. And you can disrupt your negative thought pattern by just choosing to notice and label. Don't judge it. Don't be like, that door's ugly or that door's nice. Just be like, there's a door. There's a pink dress. And when you just start labeling and noticing your surroundings, it gets your brain really present.
Yes. And it's kind of like, I'm going to bring it right down to like a basic level, but in the Winnie the Pooh, the Christopher Robin film, he plays this game with Winnie the Pooh. It's called Say What You See.
Oh, really?
And he literally is like he's on a train. It's a comical moment because like Ewan McGregor's trying to work and Winnie the Pooh's saying everything that he can see, but he's going on the train and he's like, cow, tree, car. It's so cute. But again, it's just like bringing yourself into that moment.
Yes. And I used to actually sometimes get panic attacks on the tube.
Yes.
And I used that technique to stop that happening. And I haven't had that in years, but there've been moments where I'd just get the very beginning feeling of a panic attack. And I'd be like, what does that sign say? What is that person wearing? And it would completely just break it.
Yes.
So there's something about just noticing your surroundings. Now, the next level, there's a million different kinds of meditation. I like old school Eckhart Tolle Power of Now meditation, which is completely empty your mind. Okay. Don't listen to anything, don't count, although I think counting is a good way to start. Just listen to counting in your head. But he's like, just sit there with no thoughts. Okay. Now, it's actually really hard, but he's like, when the thought comes in, just let it go.
Yeah, and it's not like a strong rebuttal, like go. It's like a just let it pass,
Let it pass through.
like a cloud.
So
Like,
I had to practice that, and that really helped me learn to switch off because I can be a massive overthinker.
mm-hmm,
And then I started practicing it on the tube to and from work.
mm-hmm,
And the reason I started doing that is because Eckhart Tolle says, you know, it's easy to sit at home and meditate when it's all comfortable.
100%.
But actually, the real mindfulness, like you build your mindset muscle, you build that mindfulness when you learn to do it when you're most challenged or when someone's setting you off. And so one of the things I think that's important in switching off is a concept called bookends, which is marking, especially with work, marking the beginning and ending of your day.
Nice. Mm-hmm.
And especially if you work from home, it can be quite hard to kind of register when work's finished. You talked before about like shut the laptop or what have you.
Mm-hmm.
But because I used to treat my bookend as my commute in, so on the way in,
It's very good.
I would read the list of my new positive beliefs.
Mm-hmm.
So I used to have massive imposter syndrome. So I'd read this list that says, you're a great boss, the people you work with like you, not about to get fired. Well, put it in the positive. I'd read this list on the way in.
Yes.
And on the way home, I would do Power of Now meditation on the DLR.
Love it.
And try and have a still mind for as much of my journey home as possible.
That's...
And then I would come home and I would be able to leave behind, because my job was great, but it would be quite high energy and you could bring that energy home with you and
Definitely.
not relax. And then I was able to come home in a really calm way.
I love that. And it's like using those it's putting in those practices that allow those, so it's like a dial up as you start your day.
Yes.
And then having that decompression time, because switching like from work mode to switching to home or like different person mode even,
yes.
You need that transition period, because most people can't just go put that hat down, pick the next hat up. It's allowing yourself that period of time. And can we talk about breath work a bit as well?
Go for it.
Because honestly, the power of the breath, obviously, I know we've talked about it before, about how your breath is very good for getting you into your parasympathetic nervous system, for calming you down. We've got an amazing friend, Naomi, that is a breathwork facilitator. But that is using your breath is, even just if it's like a basic in breath and then a longer out breath, is just really powerful for getting you into that moment. So if you're finding that the thoughts are coming in perhaps and they're still distracting you, just doing a simple count of in breathing and out breathing is just, even if I think about it.
1 in, 1 out, 2 in, 2 out, and you're giving your brain something to think about and focus on. So there is a word, but the word isn't, oh my God, I forgot to do this. Oh my God, this person hates me. Oh my God, I haven't planned my holiday. What have I forgotten? And when we're talking about switching off, part of it is we're talking about just giving your brain a break from all of that.
Definitely. And you can try. You can even do like a in for, so a 1, 2, 3, 4, and then out for 1, 2, 3.
Yes, you can
4,
elongate it. You can do
5,
the box breathing
6.
where you hold it in the middle.
Yes, exactly that, which is brilliant as well. And I think in terms of before we get to switching off, if you are finding you've got a lot of things and your busy mind is running amok, write it down, get it out of your brain, whether you note it on your phone, not advocating being on your phone a lot, but if you're on the train, sometimes it's very helpful to note things on your phone, or just write it on a piece of paper, get it out of your brain, because there will come a point where your brain might be like, okay, that's it for today. We've got no more to like bombard you with. But just getting it out is like a really nice signal to your brain that it's on paper. We can come back to it when we're ready. We don't have to keep almost trying to remember.
Oh, yeah, because the brain will keep reminding you. Because it's like, don't forget. So if you're going to the gym class or you're going to the yoga class, make the list and come back to it afterwards. Just something you were saying there was making me thinking about, yes, we talk about switching off at the end of the day, but one of the things I talk to people about is the power down.
Mm-hmm.
A power down is during the day, switching off, because our brains get overstimulated, and it's like when you have I have all the windows open on my laptop, and eventually it can't cope and the wheel starts spinning. So actually what can be really good is in the middle of the day, when you have your lunch, just go outside for 5 minutes, have a little power down, give yourself a little break. Again, do the 5 senses meditation, or just stop and listen to some very relaxing music. But what you're trying to do is think of your brain as like an overheated computer. You want to let it calm right down. You might feel a bit tired. You can take some deep breaths. But I promise after 5-10 minutes, you'll feel your energy coming back up. So it's just giving you that moment during the day. Don't just wait till the end of the day for it.
No, exactly that. And I love that, because that bolts on nicely to if you're in a day of like when you're, say, bouncing from meeting to meeting to meeting, pick which meeting you can have a small little break in. Like in
Oh
the
yeah,
middle
I
of the
mean,
day.
I used to use a lot of
That
my
sounds
meetings
so
as
good.
I'd say it's a spa break. I'm going into a spa break because I'm going into a really pointless meeting where for some reason I have to be there, but I don't really need to listen. I'm just going to sit here, look interested, and inside I'm on the beach with a cocktail.
I love it. It's like you just let your brain, wander off to your happy place.
Exactly.
The power of your happy place is very good. That is quite nice. You can mentally take yourself to like a happy place.
Well, before we wrap up, because we were out of time, but before we wrap up, you obviously use visualizations.
Yes.
And that's a great way to get someone to their happy place and give their nervous system a break.
Mm-hmm.
For someone who hasn't experienced a visualization before, what can you tell them about the experience and what's a really good way to start trying that out?
I think just like, as I always say to my clients, keep it simple and keep it keep it straightforward. Don't overcomplicate it. So I would just say a really great way to start this is pick like your favorite place, a place, and you will all have like, what is it? You've got a place where you
Mine's
like to
on
go.
the beach in Barcelona.
Perfect. Yes. And like I have like a lovely beach in Cornwall, and you will instantly, if I say to you what is like a happy place or a safe place or a lovely place you're on holiday, your brain is very good at remembering that sort of those feelings and associated feelings, because when we imagine something in our brain, as I say a lot, there's very little difference chemically when we imagine it and when we do it in real life. So just think of, as a starting point, a place that makes you happy and makes you feel safe, and then just take yourself back to that place.
Yes.
And again, invoke what you said earlier. What can you see? What can you
Yes.
hear? What can you smell?
Yeah. How does
And
it feel? Is the
yes,
sun on your face?
who is with you?
Yes.
What can you feel underneath your feet?
Mhm.
Can you hear birds singing? What are the colours like? And try and dial up the colour and make it like a real vivid, saturated picture. And that is just a really nice way of like switching off and taking yourself to your happy place.
I love it. I feel like that's a perfect place to end. And I hope
Definitely.
we've inspired people to take time, to like give themselves that space to switch off and to do it by going to their happy place.
Exactly that. Yes. And if you want any more help or guidance, or you've got any questions, any topics that you want us to cover, do just like comment, send us a question, get in touch. We're here for you and we want to cover topics that help you. So please do reach out. And as always, if you can like, share, and subscribe to the podcast, we would absolutely love it. And thank you for being with us. And we look forward to seeing you next time.